Hello and welcome to Options Guide TV. My name is Brian Overby. I'm the author of the Options Playbook, and will be your host for about the next 15 minutes here. We're going to do short and sweet, just like the market is today. The markets will be closing at 1 p.m. Eastern time today, so a shortened trading session, and then tomorrow they'll be closed all day, but they're going to be open all day on Friday. So we're going to look at a one-day trade. We're going to have some fun with it. There's no sense in putting on a longer position. This Friday on Options Guy TV, we got an education special that we're going to show for you. So with that said, let's get to it. Today's date is Wednesday, July 3rd, 2024. On Monday's show, we did a rinse and repeat. We went in and did a butterfly in the S&P 500 index. That trade once again turned out just fine. Now, you had to trade out of it, you had to watch it, but the market behaved and actually gave us a good opportunity yesterday morning before it decided to close at an all-time high. So the market did run away from the butterfly a little bit, but we had an entire half a day worth of trading on Monday. I actually tweeted out in x.com underneath the video, because we do stream live in x.com, the moment when that trade was profitable, I guess is a weird way to say that, but the trade was positive by the end of the market, up about $1 on the trade. Would not have gotten out of it, but I just took a screenshot at the end of the market on Monday, and then it opened right around, it hung around the middle strike of the butterfly, and gave you many opportunities to get out at a very good profit. And then the market started to run. So as always with the butterfly, you're not looking to get a home run. If you try to stick around to knock it out of the park, that is not a good thing. We've mentioned that many times. If I'm putting it on for $5 and I can make $2 or $3, I'm going to get out of the trade. And on the downside too, I'm going to kind of take that same approach. If it does go outside of the wings and I still got some time value in it that I can salvage, then especially at the money butterfly, I'm just going to close it. You're looking for the markets to just hang around where they're currently trading. And so far this morning, we did have some economic data that came out. We had some initial jobless claims. And that was a little bit negative on the market. As far as the market was concerned, when that happened, I was watching the futures. The futures actually ticked down a tad. But then we see now, guess what? NDX is at an all-time high, and it's pushing higher. So we hit an all-time high in the NDX, not on the close, but just an all-time high in that market. And I'm going to take that opportunity to look into just doing a fun 2-hour trade. The fact that the markets close at 1 p.m. makes me want to sell some stuff and get some time premium. And the index being a 20,000 point index, there's still a lot of time premium on the out of the money option contracts. So still want to sell it. I'm going to have to get to it quick, because if I talk too long, the markets are going to be closed. All right, so let's start by going to the options playbook and talk about the two strategies we're going to look at today. So on Monday, we did the long butterfly with calls, and I will set that up. We'll look at the trade, but it's moved outside of the range. So what we did with the long butterfly with calls, and I'll put the setup over here, is bought strike A, sold two of strike B, bought strike C. Well, strike B is where the market was. So it was an at the money option contract. We were selling all the time premium that we could on the Monday show. 2 days to the expiration. Well, actually, there was a half a day on Monday, a full day on Tuesday, and now a half a day on Wednesday. And those option contracts, you should have been out of the trade by now, but they would expire worthless if you hung all the way to the end of the trade. But there was many opportunities to get out on as a positive. And this, even though we're paying a net debit for the long butterfly, it's really a theta positive trade. It wants time decay. It wants implied volatility to come in. And I mentioned that in the tweet that we had implied volatility come off the 13 level and come back down towards 12.5 level. And that matters. That matters a lot. If you get in the SPX and you get even a half a point movement in implied volatility. So we had a big cave in implied volatility, and I just think there's just not much going on, and that usually has a tendency to happen. Implied vols will come off going into a holiday weekend. Volumes will come off going into a holiday weekend, and that definitely happened here, and that is why we put the trade on. And guess what? Now we're going to go out and we're going to try to take advantage of this, and we're going to do the short spread. So in this section, we actually have the new graphic that shows you from 24 days out how time decay happens in the short spread. We got 1 day remaining to expiration. We're going to look at a delta. We're going to go about 1 standard deviation out of the money. When I first looked at the trade, we went 5 points wide and it was trading for $1. But I noticed when we kicked off, the markets had gone the other direction. So I'm probably going to have to readjust that trade. So let's move out and let's throw this trade on, and then let's get on with our weekend. We're going to close this trade. NDX being a cash settled index, you can honestly just let it ride. If you do want to set an alert and it did come up and hit your short strike, well, yeah, I'd get out of it. I don't want to get burned to sell something for $1 and have to pay $5 because I didn't pay attention to it. But very short-term trade, out of it by 1 o'clock today. That simple. All right. So we're going to back out of here. We're going to go to the Tradier Pro, and we're going to bring up the trade that I was looking at. Oh, it's already moved. Interesting. So the market is now at a new all-time high. The NASDAQ, the high that I had written down was 20,058, and it's still moving. So it's 20,084. I like this opportunity because when you hit an intraday high, very rarely do we just continue on up and close higher than that intraday all-time high. Doesn't happen as much. It did recently in the SPX. We had the intraday high hit, and we didn't really get a closing all-time high until a few weeks later. But we only got a couple hours. This is an impressive move, and these are the stocks that usually are driving the move. This is the Meg 7. We got Nvidia in there. That's up about 2% today, so it's still going. That was flat earlier. Everything has turned a little bit positive, and we got the Google with the L in here. That the stock is up just a tad, but it looks like Tesla is really a big driver of what's going on right now, up about 4.5%. Had some information on robo taxis. That's what really started driving Tesla higher. And so let's look at it. Here we go. 85, oh, 35, okay, 95. I don't mind that. If I can sell this, we're looking at a delta right now, probability of 20% chance that it would finish 1 cent in the money. And this is a real delta. Even though pricing models will break down, you're still selling a ton of premium. Notice we have a few hours remaining in the market, and this option contract right around a 1 standard deviation move. Well, a little bit less. 1 standard deviation move would be in this range, and it is still trading for $6.20 by $7. So going to have to work the trade, a little bit of a wide bid-ask spread. I'm going to move it out actually a little bit more. This is 85 cents. I like that number. Let's move it up one. Let's sell the 20 delta. Okay, so we're going to sell this option contract, and we're going to buy this option contract. And we're talking about that's 10 points wide. I didn't even notice that. Okay, so therein lies the difference. I don't want that type of risk on a holiday weekend. If I'm doing a 1-by-1 spread, I'd prefer to be 5 points wide. I was wondering why the credit was so high at $1.55 here, but I'm going to go back and do the initial trade that I had set up, and then we're going to call it a day. So here we go. Clear that out. We're going to sell the 125, the 21 delta, 21% chance of this finishing 1 cent in the money or more, and an 80% chance that it will finish out of the money is the way to look at that. And it's fairly accurate because we got 1 day. So it's not like we're talking about probability of touching, yada, yada, yada. I mean, we have 1 day for this thing to move up above the 2100 level. And I think that that's going to be a little bit of a tough area. It's right at 2093, but anything can happen without a doubt. But I do not mind this trade considering we're at an all-time high in the NASDAQ. And then we're going to buy that one. 65 cents, 90 cents. Let's do it for 90. All right. We are selling a short call spread in the NDX. We're going to do the 0 DTE. We got 2 hours remaining in the market. We're going to sell the 125 strike call option, and then at the same time buy the 130 strike call option. We're going to do this for, I like the dollar. There it is. Do it for a net credit to the account of $1. And we want the market to stay below 21.25. And the market right now is at 20.90. All right, that's going to be our paper trade for this week. Straightforward. On Friday, we won't come back and review it, so you're going to have to watch this review on your own. And then on Monday, we'll be back live trading for Options Guy TV, looking to do a whole new trade and a plethora of different trades. We got earnings season that's coming in mid-July. Usually kicks off with JP on the stocks that I care about are JP Morgan, and then also Goldman Sachs, and a lot of the financials usually kind of kick off the earnings season for me. And then, so we're going to have some interesting trades to look at, as always, on Options Guy TV. So please do, if you are in the Tradier YouTube page, please click subscribe, ring the bell so you get all the alerts for everything that's going on inside the Tradier Hub. If you're in the Hub, take the time to do a sign in, and then you'll be able to ask questions inside the Hub. If you log in and watch the videos, you'll get access to all the speakers. It's free to just log in, and you'll be able to ask questions directly from the Hub. Or, as always, follow me on Twitter. We stream live on x.com, and my handle is @BrianOverby. Thanks for coming. Have a happy America's birthday tomorrow, and I hope you enjoy the fireworks. See you Monday.
Thanks for watching. Please be sure to take some time to read the disclaimer. Thank you.